And action! Hello there, welcome to my review of the lovely Revell 1/72 scale FOXBAT RBT FOXBAT B. Now this is the aerial reconnaissance FOXBAT from the very late 60s, early 1970s. This is the plane which struck fear into the hearts of NATO for lots of good reasons, not least because of its sheer performance. A Mach 3 aircraft, various variants of it, particularly reconnaissance and fighter air superiority interceptor. This model is model number 03878, but those of you who are not fans of Revell kits, fear not, because this one is just like the bigger 48 scale version. This one is made in the Ukraine. In other words, it is made by ICM. It's a reboxing of the new ICM 72nd scale kit. Only been out for about 4 to 6 months. There we go. On the back we have got some nice photos of the finished model. Quite nicely done, in fairness. Better than the usual Revel standard that we sometimes see. And then some blurb about it. So, I haven't opened this. It's brand new. Without further ado, let's have a looky. Oh, one more thing to point out that's important here. I got a real bargain here. If you buy the ICM kit, it's around about £33. But in the case of this one, I got a real bargain. It's got a retail price there of £24.99. As you can probably see. I picked this one up from trader on the internet, whose name escapes me, but I'm sure you can have a look yourselves on eBay. I got this for £14.99. That's a 40% discount. So, to be honest, I wasn't looking to buy one of these because I've got the 48 scale version. But honestly, at that price, it's a no-brainer. Anyway, without further ado, let's have a little looky of what we have got. I'm not sure how this one opens. Let's see. Oh yes, there we go. Usual Revell tape discs on it, and the usual Revell nasty box with the side opening that everybody hates. Okay, let's just pop that there. And there we go. Now, what we got here? So we've got the instructions and the unneeded tips, which is really neither here nor there, and we have some decals. What do we got? Well, I'd say, yeah, printed in Italy, probably by Cartograph, I guarantee that, and as a result of that, they are lovely. Actually, they're nice and clear. They're slightly sort of a semi-matte to matte finish. Very, very pleasant. There's some minor stenciling, not too much, thank goodness. That makes it a bit less of a challenge. Then we've got the Revell usual modern day type coloured instructions. Excuse me. And these modern day instructions are really quite good from Revell, in fairness. They're quite easy to follow. None of this AMK 500 million stages in one page nonsense, as seen recently with the Tomcat kit, of course. Nice and clear. So it starts off building up the area around the cockpit, then the cockpit itself, and then the ejector seat. It looks quite detailed, I have to say. You've got to remember this is a 1/72 scale kit, so it's not big. And then it builds up actually quite similar, I think, to the 48 scale one, although I haven't built it yet, so forgive me if I'm out on that. But from memory of reading the instructions, it's kind of a scaled down similar version. So the cockpit area ultimately slides into the main central fuselage, and then you build up your undercarriage and then the sides, and then finally the engines go on the back. And then you have your fuselage, and then obviously your tailplanes, vertical stabilisers, tailplanes, ECM pods, and then the wings. Yeah, and then finally you come down to the nose section where you've got the photographic reconnaissance pod. Very important to remember that this needs quite a bit of weight in the nose, 25 grams, and if you forget that, it's going to tail sit, which will look absolutely terrible. So don't forget your weight, folks. Don't know if they're weight on wheels, we'll come to that in a second. But yeah, it's got a nice simple instructions, nice and clear. Very methodical the way that they go through. Let's just hope it goes as well as it looks. Knowing ICM, I think it'll be absolutely fine, because they are pretty good these days. One of the better models, especially this price range. I mean, you know, under £15 I've just paid for this, plus a little bit of postage. It's absolutely phenomenal value. So this is going to be a genuine pleasure and brilliant value for money. So you come to the end, you end up with a cockpit canopy finally, and you can have it open or closed, and yeah, it looks really nice. So we've got FOXBAT B Red 4 from the Soviet Air Force based in Poland. I don't know what we pronounce the air base. Kriva, I think it is. And then we've got, just says Russian Air Force, and if anything an even meaner looking one, number 46. Clear callouts for all your paints and all the stencils and the decals. So nice and straightforward really. No problem with that at all. There we go, what's kit like? Well, it's certainly a lot less sprue than the 48 scale one, but let's have a look at it. So, I do like these ICM bags where they have a little bit of a self-adhesive element to the ends, and you don't have any silly staples that when you pull your model out you scratch it. These guys have done it much nicer than that. So, okay. What we got, and more importantly, how does it compare to the 48 scale? Well, do you know what? It looks fabulous, actually. It's really finely moulded. I don't know if you can see this on the camera. Some really good and clear panel line detail there. We're going to have a little zoom in here so you can see a bit more. Let's have a little looky. There we go. Now then, I think you can probably make out some very, very exquisite details. It's just crisp. So nice. Yeah, that's nice. Then we got the sprue with the tails and the sides of the fuselage on it. Do you know, this is actually exceeding my expectations, and I knew it was going to be good. That is just phenomenal. Look at the detail here. Look at this. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? It's, you know, you think of 1/72 scale and you think, you know, about Revell, and I'm not being funny or disrespectful, but you can tell this is not made by Revell. You can tell they haven't manufactured this because it's just on a different level, I'm afraid. If that's coming out in the focus, are we getting some focus? Yes, there we go. That's really nice. Then we've got the engines and the wheels and the undercarriage sections, all the small parts. It's not got weight on wheels, which is a little bit, maybe a little bit disappointing. I'm just going to zoom out a little here. It's not got the weight on wheels. So that's a bit of a shame. But some good slide moulded detail here on the engines, the actual engine pipes. Looks good. And we've got the outer nozzles for the engines. There we go. and we've got the camera lens windows for underneath for the reconnaissance pod under the nose. There's the nose itself. Now I would have preferred to seen that not as two halves but as a slide moulded section. It would have been better, I think. However, ICM's fit is usually very good, so as long as it goes together properly, it's got good locating points. As long as that fits together nicely, we should be okay. And then last sprue, but not least, we've got the wings. Again, panel line details are absolutely exquisite. It's beautiful. Really nice. And the very last one, of course, is the little tiny canopy. I can't believe this plane has such a small view out the window. The cockpit is not big, and the canopy is even smaller. It must be quite a claustrophobic aeroplane to be in, to be honest. Anyway, I'm no expert, and I haven't built the 48 scale one yet, but I reckon that's nice. Just going to go back in here and have a look at a couple of parts that we didn't really look at first time round. So what have we got? We've got the instrumentation there for the cockpit. Look at this. I mean, even that's really, really fine. That's nice. Yes. And there's no sign of any flash, which sometimes ICM, they're not too bad, but they do suffer from it occasionally. And there's no sign of it here. None at all. Very, very nice. I've got to be honest, I've just paid under 15 quid for this. I think that's the best bargain, value for money kit that I've ever seen. Look at these little, look at the detail here and the moulding quality. We've got these little pitot heads and air rakes and air sensors and things. They're so finely moulded. I mean, this is almost, this is SWS standard, or even, you know, Tamiya SWS. Oops, got a bit, let's come off the sprue there. That's one of the wheel wells. But the quality of the moulding is just, it looks nothing like a Revell. So ignore the Revell packaging and branding. It's lovely. And then you've got the flame rings for the afterburners, look. And this is 72nd scale. I mean, it's amazing that you can actually mould something as finely as that in such a small kit. So, I haven't built it yet, and I personally never like to give any judgment until I've built a kit, and then I'll give you exactly what I think of it. But based on just a quick looking at the sprues, let's just go back a bit here. There we go. Based on looking at the sprues, I'd say that was fantastic. And certainly the price I've just paid for this, yeah, that was got the bargain of the year for me. Don't think I'm going to improve on that. Get my decals back. Pop it back in there. Both together like so. Put it back in its rather nasty box. Whether it's worth paying, you know, 32, 33 quid for a nicer box, I think probably not. So I do wish Revell would drop this stupid side opening nonsense, because everybody, I don't know anybody that likes them. It's just silly. So, there we go. Small model, small review. Hope you liked it. As I say, if you can pick this up, if you go on eBay, there's a couple of bargains to be had. There you can see exactly what the price should be. I get it to focus. He says, will it focus even? There we are, £24.99 retail price, and I got it for £10 less than that. So to say I'm chuffed, pleased with that, that is an understatement really. I think that is great value for money. Nice kit, be fun to build, recommended. So go and get yourself one, and if you pick one up at this price, I recommend it. So go for the Revell, not the ICM version. Make sure it's got that number on it. The latest issue. It's a reboxing of a new tool from ICM, and brilliant value for money. What's not to like? Absolutely brilliant. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hope I wasn't too boring. I don't normally do reviews because other people I always think do it much better than me. But it's something I hadn't seen reviewed by many other people, this particular one in this scale, so I thought I'd just have a go, really. Anyway, thanks for watching. Keep subscribing, keep watching the channel, and hopefully soon we will have another video coming up when I get to the end of the Tamiya Messerschmitt BF109G6, which is now well into production, about halfway through, I think. That's going to be finished soon, and keep tuning in because you'll be seeing a video in a couple of weeks, hopefully, for that one, and all will be revealed. In the meantime, thanks a lot, take care, stay safe, and bye for now.